So, I'm not a professional musician or YouTuber. I'm a dad, I'm a husband, I'm a teacher, part-time musician. Um, but I just got this idea. I was watching Rick Beato's video, one of Rick Beato's videos, about this particular song and this particular artist. So I thought to myself, well, just let me show you what I'm talking about. The fantastic David Cassidy. And no, I'm kidding. It's this guy and this song. I've been taking bass lessons since I was 12, and I stopped when I was about 18 because I found out that my teacher at the time was only a year older than I was, and he was a hell of a lot better than I was. And I realized that I'm probably never going to practice as much as this guy. But music has always been part of my life, and my brother and I write songs and post them on YouTube and stuff, and we even made a record a while ago, and we're working on another one now. But this project is about musicianship and a challenge to see if I can do it. So it's the song Donna, and I think you all know this, right? I think my bass teacher at the time, a guy named John Vitelli, was the first one that told me about Jocko when I was, I don't know, it was probably just before he died, I think, and I was probably 17 or 18. And I wanted to get good at the bass, but clearly I didn't want to get that good because I didn't want to put the time in. But anyway, might be something I'm going to do, and I'm going to post these videos. So I'm going to try to learn Donna on fretless bass. And the bass I'm going to use, this is a Hondo, which was a Fender copy. I got this for my grade 8 graduation when I was a wee lad. It was blue. I took the paint off, and the reason I took the frets off is because because I heard, I think I read in Bass Player magazine that Jocko had done that, and I seem to remember the term that he ripped them out. And since then I've found out, that there are little tools that you can remove frets with, but I actually got a screwdriver and a hammer and just started pounding them out. And I had heard that he filled them in with marine epoxy or boat epoxy. He was, I guess, living in Fort Lauderdale at the time, and maybe he had access to that. And my dad had some epoxy, so you can see that there's some little areas in there that have been filled in with epoxy. And I sanded it down by hand, and I was probably breathing in all those toxic fumes. But since then, and again, I'm not a gearhead. This was just kind of a project. It sat for years and years, and I gave it to a friend who was going to paint it, and it was black for a while. But anyway, I did most of this stuff. I put and yes, this is plywood. Ooh, nice plywood. And so the color came off it. This is a new pickup, which if Amazon would have been around at the time, I would have ordered it from Amazon. EMG pickups, and look, I gouged out a hole here for the battery for these active pickups. I'm gonna fix that, but anyway. And I made this pick guard here. The back of the neck is all natural, smooth. And then these pickups, not pickups, the machine heads, I'm not even sure what make they are. But anyway, got those and shaved down the headstock a little bit. So it's a pretty cool looking thing, and it sounds okay as well. But I'm no virtuoso by a long shot, and I'm just looking at this here written in treble clef, and I barely, well, I was decent enough at sight reading, but bass clef anyway. And yeah, so I'm looking at this thinking, yeah, I'm gonna probably find a transcription of this in bass clef for this project. But anyway, I'm gonna give it a go, and if I can get down the A section, I'll be pretty happy. If I can get the B section, I'll be very happy. And if I'm able to learn the solos in this record, from this track, that would be ridiculous, but that's probably not going to happen. So I'm going to post my progress along the way. And so anyway, just a little project, and we'll see what happens. This is not a fancy studio. My rig here for my camera it's a picture frame with my family in it, turned long way, so it's the right height. And this is far from a fancy studio. There's a lamp here for light. There's a banker's lamp here for light. And I'm speaking quietly because all my family's asleep right now. So that's it. We'll see what happens. Wish me luck. Trying to learn Donna on Fretless bass.